All right, well, Senator Manchin says he's more concerned about rising inflation than passing Biden's socialist spending bill. So, is he going to save America and kill the bill? Sure sounded like it. Joining me now, Wall Street Journal editorial page assistant editor, Fox News contributor, James Freeman. I just want to give you a whack at the Russia story. Lindsey Graham said we ought to put the tough sanctions on Nord Stream, banking, oligarchs, whatever. Put the sanctions on now because of the buildup, 175,000, and then negotiate from that stronger position and see how they do. What you think?
Yeah, obviously this Russian hostility toward its neighbors is not new. Obviously, getting Europe more dependent, reliant on Russia versus the United States for its energy, not a good thing. And you pointed out, I think it was 2014, Russia gobbled up Crimea. Still no retreat there. So I think there's more than enough reason to exert some leverage here and create some things for President Biden to deal with if he does see some progress on the other side.
Yeah, because I thought, look, I wasn't in that phone call. Lindsey Graham said the same thing. I don't know. No one knows. We have only Jake Sullivan, who alleges they said this, that, and the other thing. But it sounded a little too concessionary, and I call it Diplo speak, like, let's talk. I don't really want to talk. Strength, we'll talk later, but first we have to impose our conditions. We have an agenda. I think we should.
Yeah, and we want to help Russia's neighbors to arm themselves.
Right.
This is not saying necessarily any kind of U.S. activity, but just help others to help themselves when they're facing a very aggressive neighbor.
Yeah, the Journal editorial, right, mentioned sanctions and also mentioned arming the Ukraine and perhaps the others too. I agree with that. So, James, Manchin, I thought, just ripped Build Back Better into little shreds, one after another. Inflation and spending and energy and no work requirements. So I'm taking the under. I say he's not going to vote for it. We'll pause it until next year. Next year it'll die. I wanted to get your take on that. Am I overreaching, over-judging Mr. Manchin? Am I seeing what I want to see?
Well, I think it's nice that you're seeing it, and he's still sending these signals in December. You referenced he put out some conditions last summer. Mm-hmm. They have not been met. Now, some politicians would put out conditions in the summer, forget about them, and cut whatever deal they want to cut at this time of year. He doesn't seem to be saying that he's going the typical route. He's still insisting. The basic question is, why do we need this massive hodgepodge of new government interventions, massively costly? What's the case for them, and how do we know that this isn't going to juice demand and depress supply and create more inflation? So it's a very encouraging message that he still means it, what he's been saying for several months now.
Sticking to his guns, right? Yeah. In fact, he may be even tougher. What he said yesterday at the Journal CEO thing was, I thought, extremely important. And I love the line, on inflation, 17 Nobel Prize winners are wrong. You just have to love that. I mean, come on, you got to love that. You loved it.
It's great, right? What would we do without experts? It's nice that he's questioning that. But, we also have to point out that what these Nobel Prize winners the president keeps citing actually said is less than what the president says. None of them said, inflation, not a problem, will certainly be lower next year. No, they gave sort of hypotheticals about a long-term impact of inflation. But I think what he's done this week is made it clear, if we get another bad number on Friday, there's really, it's hard to see how he could vote for this thing if we get another inflationary number after several months of hitting levels that I don't think... certainly no one at the Fed was predicting.
I don't think it's going to collapse on Friday. I mean,
I don't think so.
I mean, it's going to keep running 6, 7, 8%. I just think collapse, and I think there's no way you can put any lipstick on that pig. There's no way Biden can come out and say it doesn't matter, he doesn't agree, or Madam Psaki, what is it? senator from Alaska called her who was the Baghdad Bob who kept putting the best face on everything. She's become the Baghdad Bob.
Well, I don't know how you spin it, because inflation, it's so powerful.
Sullivan, I got to give Sullivan credit for that.
Inflation is so powerful politically because it does hit everyone.
Yeah.
And there are a few other issues like that. People are seeing it. They're seeing it at the gas pump especially. They're seeing it in the food they buy, the restaurant tab, whatever. So I think that's going to be difficult to spin. And I think the news of the week is Manchin isn't signing off on the left-wing wish list.
Yeah, I'm with you. A column you wrote, I don't know, a couple weeks ago, Biden blames Trump for everything. What did you call it? Partisan pandemic history.
Partisan pandemic history.
I just kind of love that. Could you just give us, we've got a minute to go, give us a quick review. I just think this is one of your best.
So thank you. No, the point is, the basic Biden message is that the U.S. was in shambles when I took over January 20th.
Right.
And the economy was in the tank, and unemployment was over 14%. Of course, none of this was true. It was below 7%. You and your old boss had put together a plan that had a strong rebound, a historic rebound starting last summer. And so the economy's roaring along. It grew 6% plus in the first quarter. Inflation low, unemployment low. But the president, our new president, our current president, somehow feels compelled to pretend that things were awful in order to try and make his own policies look better. Same thing, you won't hear the president talk about Operation Warp Speed, about the success of your team getting the vaccine out a year ago.
But once, Madam Psaki, Baghdad Bob, said, there was progress under a Republican administration.
Oh, well, okay. There you go.
But here's what we never heard that again.
What we need right now is we need a sort of mini Biden Operation Warp Speed, which is pick up the phone, call the FDA, and say, approve this COVID treatment from Pfizer.
Right. Spot on. Absolutely. The pills.
Yes.
The pills.
Not the vaccines. I mean, vaccines are great, but we need the treatment.
Yeah. People overlook how much we've accomplished on treatments and remedies and therapies and stuff like that. That's a key part, I think. Yes. James Freeman, Wall Street Journal, great stuff.
Thanks, Larry.
Saved America, killed the bill.